And on Thursdays or any other day of the week, we have our special guest, Michelle Pettis. She is here to tell us your your obesity. Oh, you got to lose 50 pounds by July 6th. Oh, you just are uncomfortable. You've gotten an illness or you don't know what to do. Now, Michelle is here to help us with the what to do. So come on in here, Michelle, and give it
Hey,
all you got, Michelle. Give it all you
so
got. Hey,
so
get
so Deborah Ann, I got to tell you something. I didn't hear any of that. For some reason, my phone was my phone my my stream went dead.
Well,
And
remember, whenever someone calls my phone, you're gonna get a black. If you ever see black, that means somebody has called my phone.
okay, all right.
Okay,
Well,
so
I
what
didn't
I
see
said
black.
is that
Okay,
you're
but
giving
yeah, tell me
us.
what you said.
I said you're giving us the answers to all of our. We got to lose 50 pounds by July 6th questions. We got a health issue, and we just need to lose some weight. And so that's what you're giving us tonight.
Okay, 50 pounds by July 6th. That's kind of ambitious.
Exactly. By day after tomorrow.
but but I tell you something. 50 pounds by July 6th, 2026.
Okay.
That's completely doable.
Okay.
That
Okay.
that is completely doable.
Okay.
Um, and here's what you do. First, you start drinking water. And
Okay.
here's my water here. And
Mhm.
I want to tell you something. I'm somebody that it was so hard for me to drink water, and I'm
Really?
gonna, yes, yes, because it didn't have any taste. And
Yeah.
I still there's still a challenge. It's still a challenge for me. But here's what I do. I've just started doing this recently.
Uh huh.
This oversized cup, y'all. This oversized cup is 16 ounces,
Okay.
and I drink three of these oversized cups at a time. And it's three of the
Okay.
over. It could be a cup of 16 ounces of herbal tea,
Okay.
or I put the I put just regular water in this cup and I
Okay.
microwave it for about 90 seconds to get it warm.
Okay.
Warm water goes down more easily, right? It
Oh.
goes down. And here's what I do to put a little flavor in it. I just
Mhm.
get a little bit of vanilla.
Oh.
Vanilla. And, vanilla rather than, these sparkling drinks or these flavored waters that have
Mhm.
all the extra additives in it that cost so much. Just
Yeah.
get your bottle water.
Okay.
If you're trying to, make it not be so harsh to your system, warm it up,
Okay.
drink it hot. Add just a little bit of vanilla, and then I add a little bit of stevia to it too, to kind of sweeten
Oh.
it, make
Mhm.
it a little sweet. And then after a while, after you get the purpose is to just get you in the habit of drinking it, making it easy to
Mm.
do, right?
Okay.
Making a switch to make it easy to do. Well, you can drink three of these cups,
Okay.
in the morning as soon as you get up, right? And that's 48 ounces of water right there. That's 48
Mhm.
ounces. Even if you don't do anything else during the rest of the day, if you drink three, you put it in a cup. Put it in a cup that you like. See, I
Mhm.
like this cup because it says "Live, Laugh, Love." So you put it in something that you enjoy using. So
Okay.
that's a all this is about a mind game. I don't really like
Yeah.
drinking water that much, but I love this cup. I love this cup because my sister gave it to me, because my mama gave it to me, because my auntie gave it to me, because it
Yeah.
was on sale, because it's my favorite color. Whatever the reason, find a vessel. Find a vessel that you like and put the right, and then you can reach for it. And
Mhm.
every time you reach for it, you're not thinking about, oh God, I don't like water. What you're thinking about is, I really love this cup. This cup came from somebody that I love, and it makes it easier, right? So now you're creating the habit, and you're creating the habit around something that you love. And all that I just told you was mental work.
Yes.
Was mental work. You do the mental work, and then it makes it easier to do the work.
Yes.
And three cups in the morning, and then
Mhm.
three cups. then 3 cups at night. While you're online, right? While you're watching TV, while you're just sitting on the sofa, three
Mhm.
warm 3 warm cups that help settle you. And guess what? If you just drink 3 cups in the morning and 3 cups at night, you've now had 96 ounces of water.
That's
90
amazing.
96 ounces of water. And if you want to do something, you can have 1 cup during the day. Or you might not have any during the day. If you're out and about and you're worried about going to the bathroom, you don't want to do it during the day or something like that, do 3 in the morning, do 3 at night. And maybe you can't start off with all three. Maybe you're not used to drinking more water. Maybe you just drink one in the morning and one at night. You do that
Yes.
for a week. And then 2 weeks, then week number two, you drink two in the morning, one at night. Week three, you drink two in the morning, two at night. Week four, 3 in the morning, two at night. Week five, 3 in the morning, three at night. And in 6 weeks, guess what? You're drinking 96 ounces of water. And here's the secret: the water is what flushes the toxins out of your body.
Yes.
The water is what helps you lose the weight. The water flushes the fat. The water flushes the excess out. So
Yes.
every time you're going to the bathroom and you're as they used to say when I was little, did you TT? Right? Is that what they call? Did they tell you that? Go, do you need the
Yeah.
TT? Every,
Mhm.
every time you go TT, guess what? You're TTing out the extra weight. So be happy when you're going to the bathroom. You can just skip to the bathroom knowing that every time you go TT, you're getting closer to your goal weight just by drinking water.
That's amazing. You
And
know
then your
what else
body will
I
be
do?
happy, your body be happy, your brain will be happy. You'll be hydrated. I mean,
Yeah.
we are more than 50% water.
Yes. Well, you know what I do? It's hot as hell down in Tennessee these days. I put these bottled waters in the freezer, and then I'm gonna take them out tomorrow. I'm gonna have an activity, so I'm gonna take these out. And by the time within an hour, it'll start thawing enough for me to drink because it's really hot. Because
Mhm.
I don't know about you, but as I get older, especially as I get older, I can't be too hot or too cold, and I have to quench my thirst as soon as I feel an ounce of perspiration because
Mhm.
I will be uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. So the water is key. And for years, I never drank the water, even when I was trying to follow the diet.
Uh
Right?
huh.
I didn't realize excuse me, I was like so many people. You get the list of things that they say do. I just pick out the things that I thought were important. Right?
Yes.
I didn't and not realizing that I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't even know I didn't know. I didn't even know
Exactly.
I didn't have the skill. So they put drink the water on there for a reason. So they
Yes.
drink it, and I didn't investigate that, right? I
Yes.
just accepted the piece of paper and said, "Well, I'm not going to do that. This is just what I think," and I struggled. But once I started drinking the water, now that I drink the water, it's easy to drink the water, and it's you got to find something that works for you. You just
Oh
find something that,
yes.
that works for you. So for a long time, I just to stay hydrated, I did drink, all the carbonated waters, the special waters, the flavored waters, all that. I
Mhm.
I did that, and then I transitioned. Right, I
Mhm.
moved through that. Then I moved to the teas, and then I moved to the regular waters. Right, so
Mhm.
you take the steps that you need to take to progress. Now I see I love having the waters, even though I don't take the time to do it. That have the waters that have the cucumber in it, or the waters that have the strawberry in it. That have the real essence of the real fruit. I just went the little easy route. Put a little drop of vanilla in it, and the little drop of vanilla just gives me what I need in my in my
Mhm.
in my in my warm cup. So
Well, I like
that,
what you said about the mental exercise. I have been thinking about how I can begin to start to help people in my community who are 100, 200, and 300 pounds overweight. And what I realized is exactly what you just said, Michelle. It's the comprehending just a few things without putting all the pressure on diet A, diet B, pill A, pill B. Just a few things that once I understood it,
Mhm.
it was a game changer. And
Mhm.
I was no longer, I could stop overeating because I was nervous
Yes.
or reaching for food so much when I got anxious. Just
Mhm.
by you giving me some mental exercises.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. The mental work, the mental work is so key. And sometimes Deborah Ann, let me just I'm gonna tell you a story. And this
Okay.
just happened. This just happened to me. This just happened to me yesterday.
Okay.
Um, I needed to go to Costco, and I needed to go to Costco to get some more vanilla, to
Mm-hmm.
get some more vanilla, and to get some cinnamon, and to get some cayenne because I
Mm-hmm.
make hot chocolate. I get the cocoa powder, I put the cayenne in it and the cinnamon in it, and I make my chocolate hot. Not like steaming hot, but it's spicy hot. I might do a
Mm-hmm.
video. I might do a video about that. What real
Okay.
hot chocolate is like. But anyway, so I'm in Costco, and I'm just kind of in there. I buy a toothbrush, and I buy a birthday present for a friend of mine. And I'm just kind of walking around, looking at I get some salad, I get a big thing of spinach, a big thing of mixed greens for my smoothies. And I'm just kind of like looking at stuff, thinking about, well, maybe next time I'll come, I'll buy some fish. I wonder if they have the steelhead trout. And then I just start looking at all the other stuff that's in there that is not really food, that is
Mm-hmm.
inedible, that is there in huge, huge quantities. All the stuff that I used to buy, all the stuff that I used to eat, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going through and I'm reading the labels, and I'm reading the labels of the stuff that it says healthy and a good source on the outside, and then you turn it on the back, and it's sugar. It's
Yes.
it's just I got overwhelmed. I got overwhelmed as I was walking through the store and I was standing in line with my few items, and I saw all the people standing in line, um, preparing
Mm-hmm.
for big cookouts tomorrow. And as I saw them, I could see that they were struggling themselves. And
Mm-hmm.
I was, I felt sad. I felt sad and overwhelmed by the notion that there was so many people that were unconscious. They were unconsciously eating and preparing for these big orgies of food in celebration, but actually sending their health in decline and completely unaware. And I just, um, all I can say is it took me someplace for a little while, right? It it doesn't always bother me, but that bothered me. And since I just told that story, if you will give me just a moment, I think I have something that I want to. Do I have permission to read something tonight?
You sure do. Please
Okay.
do.
Okay. Give me 2 minutes. No, give me 90 seconds.
Okay. Please, I love your stories. So it's kind of cold in my house. I need to wrap up. I like it cold in my house, but that's okay. It's a little too cold in here. So thank y'all for rocking with us. We are speaking with Michelle Pettis. She is the author of a TED Talk and of the book that's called Leaving Large. For those of you who really want to get some examples of situations that caused Michelle to gain and lose over 700 pounds, check out her book. And,
And
um,
speaking of my book,
okay.
and speaking of my book. Uh,
Okay.
and and in recognition that tomorrow is the 4th of July.
Okay.
Um,
Freedom.
Freedom, yes,
Mhm.
because this is about our freedom from this addiction that will
Amen.
control our lives if we let it. And
Amen.
we have the power to take our control back when we reckon. But first, we have to recognize what's going on. And
Amen.
I want to read this. This is a story from my book, Leaving Large: The Stories of a Food Addict, and
Oh, wonderful.
it is a 4th of July story. Even though I am from Texas, and the grandmother of Juneteenth, Opal Lee, is from my hometown. This
Oh,
story,
wow.
this story is about 4th of July.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Barbecuing and the 4th of July go hand in hand for Black folks. And
Okay.
so it was for me growing up in the 1960s in Marshall, Texas. My earliest memories of those big community cookouts on the 4th of July originated at a place we knew as Cole's Farm. People from all parts of East Texas and beyond would come to this cookout for the best barbecue, finest liquor, and just overall good time.
Okay.
If you wanted to commit a crime in the Marshall area on the 4th of July, I mean, if you wanted to commit a crime in Marshall, Texas, the 4th of July would have been the best day to do it because all the law enforcement officers in Marshall and the surrounding area would be chowing down at Cole's. The man behind this annual gathering was Big Cole. At least that's how most people knew Clifford Cole, a big, towering, bellowing, no nonsense workhorse of a man who owned and operated Cole's Garage and Record Service.
Okay.
Big Cole and his wife, Miss Pearlie, the parents of one of my best friends, monitored area police scanners 24/7 for accidents and people in distress. If you saw him, usually it was when he was in his signature army green tow truck headed to save someone in distress. Rescuing people from ditches and car wrecks was part of their life's work and enabled them to build a thriving enterprise. If it made sense for anyone to celebrate by barbecuing on Independence Day, it made sense for Miss Cole and Miss Pearlie, who were truly independent thanks to their business.
Mhm.
But they weren't arrogant about it. They knew their business thrived only because of the automotive mishaps and misfortunes suffered by people in the community. So
Mhm.
every 4th of July, Big Cole would turn his farm into a place of celebration to show his gratitude and appreciation for the many customers who enabled his business to grow and flourish.
Mhm.
As his business grew, so did the Cole's annual 4th of July cookout. Year after year, more and more people showed up. Family, friends, and folks who became friends because of a comic experience. Big Cole has saved them. It was truly a joyous occasion, one that resonates with me to this day. But as much as the annual 4th of July at Big Cole's farm represented celebration of friendship and family, good times, gratitude, generosity, and hospitality, there was an other side to it. I now see it as I look back with the wisdom that comes from consciousness. Each 4th of July, we all got to enjoy a fantastic feast. Those who attended this annual event, myself included, treated it more like a pig out than a cookout. It was a time when you could eat all the food you wanted for as long as you wanted, and that was exactly what most of us did. On
Mhm.
one hand, perhaps our gluttony could be forgiven. You see, you haven't really had barbecue until you had the kind that comes from East Texas. And of all the barbecue in East Texas, none was better than that that rolled off the custom built barbecue pit on Cole's Farm. This is something of which I have firsthand knowledge. My Aunt Dorothy and Miss Pearlie were the best of friends. They worked on that giant sized smoking pit from sunup to sundown, continually basting and turning big juicy slabs of pork ribs, chicken, burgers, hot dogs, and brisket. The barbecue sauce, well, let's just say people always wanted extra. There were plenty of other things to eat at this massive spread: potato salad, deviled eggs, corn, baked beans, all kinds of snacks, and an array of homemade desserts. The grown ups had plenty of adult beverages, and the kids had plenty of grape and strawberry soda. That was the one day when no one really monitored how much soda we drank. A budding sugar addict's paradise. The most fun I ever had growing up was at these barbecues. There were horses and hay rides and tractor pulls to keep the most active kid entertained. Fireworks and fun were the words of the day as we ran and laughed and played. For us kids, this event was among the crown jewel of all summer activities. Right up there with the trip to Astroworld, the famous but since demolished amusement park in Houston that paid homage to the city's early role in the hub of human spaceflight. We may not have been astronauts in training at Coast Farms, but we sure acted like we floated in space. It was a time when we could be carefree, when we could eat with our hands, lick our fingers, get our clothes dirty, run around and be loud and rambunctious. It was a day when we didn't have to think about the cares of the world or anyone else's because everything was okay. It was a day when we could abandon all rules about eating. It was a day when everything was everything and there was plenty of it. It was a celebration of plenty, of good times and sharing. It was a time when I ate and ate with little thought of the consequence because the hot dogs and the hay rides were all wrapped up in the same experience. Over the years, I attended countless barbecues, cookouts, and picnics. As an adult, I continue to eat with the same no rules, no consequences wild abandon of a kid on Big Clothes Farm, a kid who could not distinguish food from fun. The food became the fun. It was a time that I couldn't tell myself no, even if I wanted to. Certainly not with so many friends and family around. What else was there to do but overeat, drink, and be merry? It was food, festivities, and fun all rolled into one. My battle to quiet my insatiable desire for food used to be real. I have since learned that it's possible to have a kind of carefree abandon and no holds barred fun that I experienced growing up with, without falling into a food frenzy. Now it's all about clarity. These days, food is less about fun and more about fueling my body. Now I don't have to pig out at barbecues and picnics. I simply bask in my memories of those childhood 4th of July cookouts.
Mm-hmm.
And just for the record, whether it's spelled barbecue, none of it compares to the East Texas barbecue at Big Cole's Farm.
Awesome.
Oh,
Awesome.
so that's the story. That that's what we have to remember. Because you think about it, you think about barbecues, you think about cookouts, you think about picnics. People go to these events and eat way more than they would under any normal circumstance
Yes.
because the meal has nothing to do in that moment with nourishment. It has everything to do with the experience. That's I live in
Yeah.
Maryland. That's why people say, let's go eat some crab, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll eat buckets and buckets of crab for hours. Way more than if it was you went out and you just sat down at the table and there was a plate of crab meat, you wouldn't dare eat that much.
Mm-hmm.
But we get disconnected. And our work is to reconnect. Our work is to understand that we can have fun, we can hang out, We can do all those things without ever eating a bite of food.
That's it. I'm thinking, I'm considering, which I'm gonna do anyway. I'm gonna drink those bottles of water, ice them up, and I'm going to not eat at all until I get home tomorrow night.
Hmm.
And if anybody offers me food, I'll take it and put it in a to go plate and take it home,
Hmm.
because tomorrow it's about celebrating. It's about Morris Day. It's about Reuben Studdard. It's about walking past. I met my goal of walking independently. So now I'm driving it, and I'm gonna have my manual wheelchair. I have my chair, and it's about enjoying the holiday, being
Hmm.
free, freer
Yes,
than I was last year,
yes,
smaller than I was last year,
yes.
and knowing that I have a whole refrigerator full of food I ain't even ate in the last month, freezer full of food I haven't touched in the last month. The food
Hmm.
is gonna be there. It ain't going nowhere.
Right. The food
It
is
ain't
going to be
going
there.
nowhere.
The food is going to be there. And
Yes.
we have to stay armored up. We have
Yes.
to we have to fight. We have to fight these external messages by the
Yes.
food pushers, by the food industry, by the processed food companies, the snack food companies, the junk food companies that want us to eat these tremendous quantities and these
Yes.
tremendous sizes and buy it so frequently because it fills their pockets.
Oh
It
yeah.
fills their pockets and it ends up, filling us with disease that we don't know what to do with.
And for
And
those of
sending us
us
down a rabbit hole.
and for those of us who are 100, 200, and 300 pounds overweight, or even 25 pounds overweight, and admit that you're in the middle of your food addiction, and you're looking forward to eating all you can eat tomorrow, I want to say that whatever you choose to do, okay. But next week, Michelle is doing something that she names Mind Over Meals Retreat. And this will give you an understanding and a hope. Now, mind you, for the first 2, 3 months, my response to her is, "What you talking about, Michelle?" Because I had never heard what she's get putting down. That's old school. That's Isaac Hayes. I didn't even know what the girlies was putting down. But I tell you, once I understood it and implemented it in my life, taking baby steps, it wasn't long before I stopped eating food that wasn't good for me. And that I decided, after about 6 months, I practiced not eating sugar. I would eat it one week, not eat it the next week, and then I practiced not eating it for a month. And exactly July 1 last year, exactly 1 year and 1 day ago, I decided to stop eating sugar. And in the last 1 year and 1 day, I've had 6 sugar treats in the last year. And I'm a food addict. So what's the difference? The difference is the mental, just like the first thing Michelle said, is the mental exercise. Once my brain understood the different facts, it's a fact that the food industry depends on my addiction to make money. It's a
Yes.
fact that the weight loss industry depends on 95% of us giving all of our money. And I have paid $700 a month for XYZ ABC weight loss. If you name it, we've all done it.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
still remained a food addict. And here I am, able to, I have not cooked. I haven't used my oven in 2 months because I've eaten mixed salad already prepared and rotisserie chicken. This is
Mhm.
like the third day I've heated something up. I just would rather eat it cold. When I found out I could eat some cold beans, I'm like, hey, we in there. Because the addiction wasn't knowing in my mind. I had something else to fill my mind, which were my dreams. What did I dream about?
Yes.
That's what I had, my dreams. And I
Yes.
set a goal in the middle of losing 50 pounds plus 15 pounds 6 months after being in Michelle's group. I forgot that I set a goal at the beginning of the year to lose 75 pounds. And I did it with such ease.
Yes.
And then with that sugar, taking out that sugar, I said, well, by July 1, I'm going to walk independently. If you watch my videos from today, I got out of the car, walked into the gym, and walked back, even though my knees slightly aching a little bit.
Mhm.
So the food addiction, the desire to eat all you can eat, the looking forward to the banana pudding and the sweet potato pie, all the fixings and the peach cobbler, that desire, I want you to just be aware of you tomorrow and the
Mhm.
weekend. And when people, and oftentimes being bigger, they're going to give you more food because they feel like you need more food because you're bigger. Even when
Mhm.
you say, well, can I just have a green vegetable and a piece of chicken? They're going to give me 3 pieces of chicken and 4 vegetables that ain't even green. But that's okay. Be aware of what happens. But know that come Tuesday, get yourself in mind over meals and witness Michelle has gained and lost over 700 pounds. I bet I've gained and lost over 1,500 pounds. But the hope comes in knowing you don't have to stay there.
Yes.
That's what you want to think about. And now I'm gonna tell you something. This is big girl panty town. Well, I mean, you can say that sad. Michelle gonna empathize with you, but don't come with me that sad story. I want to hear it because we gonna put them big girl panties on, and we're gonna watch them big girl panties decrease in size.
That's
Okay,
right. That's
that's
right.
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 So
That's
you can
right.
get some big girl panties in the 10 sizes smaller.
Right, right. I got a visual. I got a visual in my head, Deborah Ann, of the big girl panties
That's
and
it.
then and the thong, right?
Oh
You
yeah. Woo,
got
child.
the
Woo, child.
oh, but it is. I am so excited about this retreat.
Yes.
I am,
What can we expect?
and I got to tell you something. I think that this is this the fourth or the I think this is the fourth retreat that we've done.
Yes, it is. It
So we
is.
did
Mhm.
October, November, we did March, we did May, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, so this women, so this is going to be fifth.
Okay.
October,
Yes.
November, March, fifth. This is going to be the fifth retreat,
Okay. October,
and
November,
and
March.
I think of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
This one I am most excited about. I mean, I've been excited about all of them, but the first one we talked about the foundational principles of being brand new. We
Okay.
every day we talked about what it means to transform and how you transform and how you do the mental work that's involved in transformation, the beginning and the believing, the rising up and reinventing, the alignment and the accountability, the nutrition and the nourishment, the drinking, the sleeping, the writing, the no is the new yes, the evaluating, the asking and the thinking, and then the wow when you celebrate yourself. Right? We went through all of that. The next one we went through we went through the emotions, right?
Yes. Yes.
All the because this right here is we hear all the time my relationship with food. And I'm here to tell you, and you're gonna hear me talk about it in the retreat. You'll always hear me talk about it whenever I talk. You hear me talk about it on when you and I are having a discussion. It
Yes.
is not about your relationship with food. You cannot have a relationship with food because food can't have a relationship with you.
Come on
This
now.
journey, this work is about your relationship with yourself. When you heal your relationship with yourself,
Come on
when
now.
you heal your ability to navigate your emotions, when
Mm.
you allow yourself to deal with stress,
Come on now.
you learn how to deal with anxiety, how to
Yes.
fear, grief, sadness, anger, frustration. When you learn that it's okay to feel those things, that those
Yes.
things are real, that having feelings is not it's not a moral failure.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a moral failure to have those feelings. It's not a moral failure that you don't know how to navigate them because we aren't taught in this society to honor our feelings.
Yes.
Or we are taught to run away from them, to try to hide from them. Oh, don't be so emotional, right?
Yes.
To be ashamed of them. Well, I
Yes.
teach you something different because the pain of trying to hide your emotions keeps you in discomfort, always in
That's
a place
it.
of discomfort that you don't know how to name. And it's so easy to pick up a Snickers bar. It's so easy to pick up some
Yes.
candy, some cake, something sweet
Yes.
to give you some pleasure to cover up the discomfort of trying to keep
Yes.
pushing down your truth and your emotions.
Yes.
That's what they don't tell you. The discomfort and the pain of trying to continually push down your emotions and deny them keeps you in a place where you constantly need to look for something sweet, something
Start.
pleasurable to eat to cover up the pain of that denial.
Yes.
And when you learn how to honor the feelings, learn how to walk through them, what you will learn is that facing those feelings, facing those emotions, that's where your freedom is. Your
Yes.
freedom is in that truth. And when you face them and you find that truth, you will find such joy. But you got to be willing to do it. And you
Yes.
don't have to do it by yourself. That's why
That's
I do the Mind Over Meals retreat, so that you can be in community, so that you can know that there's joy and hope on the other side, so that you don't have to do it by yourself, so that you know that there are other people that have gone through it and not just survived, but have thrived. And that if it's possible for them, that it's possible for
possible
you.
for
Because
you.
here's
That's
the
right.
truth. God wouldn't make it possible for one and not make it possible for another.
Exactly.
That's
Oh,
that's the truth. So when you can see that and you're ready to do that work, oh, your life, everything in your life changes. Everything in your life is transformed.
yes. Yes.
Every Y'all, I have been a 26, I have been a 16, and I'm telling you, a size 6 is better.
That's right.
It is way more fun. And I'm not talking about just because of the size. What I'm talking about is that because I have moved all this external stuff out of the way,
Yes.
I can get to who I really am. That everything that shows up on the outside of our body is a manifestation of some stuff internally that has not been dealt with.
That's it.
And our size is our body saying, I'm trying to help you. Right? I know
Yes.
you got some crap going on. I know you got some shit going on. I didn't mean to curse. I know you got some stuff going on. And so your body says, okay, I'm gonna come rescue you, girl. I got you. And so
Yes.
your body says, okay, I'm gonna cover it up. Right? I'm gonna do the
That's
only
it.
thing that I know how to do. I'm here to support you.
That's
Right?
it. That's
That's
right.
all that extra weight is. It is your body coming to your rescue in the only way that it knows how. And so we
Yes.
we can honor that, right? It is proof that you have survived some crap that was trying to kill you,
That's
right?
it.
That's
That's
what it
it.
means. It means it is your body saying, no, I'm gonna save you. Right? I'm gonna save you from that stuff. I
That's it.
got you. Right? And so we can acknowledge our body for that. We can thank our body from that, and then we can release our body of that responsibility when we
That's
start
it.
doing the mental work.
Yes.
We can say, okay, body, you've got me this far. You have done your job, right?
That's
You
right.
helped me survive it. You helped me live through it. Now I am going to pay you back by doing the mental work I need to do so that you can be healthy, so that you will no longer be burdened by it.
That's
Because
right.
my mind got it.
That's it.
My mind is ready to take over. My mind
Hmm.
is ready to take over. My thoughts are ready to take over this
Yeah.
journey. You've done your part.
That's
You've done your part. My body did its part for 40 years. It needed a
mhm.
break
Okay.
from the time I was 20 until the time I was 60. My body was so happy. My body was like, I am so glad this chick figured this out. It's about time she figured this out.
Oh, that's
I got a
wonderful,
break.
Michelle.
I got a break.
That's right. And
So
for those
this
of you who want to know how to join her class, if you look in the description, the entire description is about mind over meals. There's a link in there. Go ahead and click on that link, copy and paste it, and sign up.
sign
And
up.
you can get the transcript as well as the video and audio as well. You can go ahead and sign up for that now. So we're gonna
Yeah,
be
and
all aboard Tuesday
all
at
aboard Tuesday.
4 o'clock
At
Central and 5 o'clock Eastern.
no, it's 6 o'clock.
Okay,
It's
six
six
o'clock
o'clock East 6 o'clock
Eastern and five
Eastern
o'clock
Standard
Central.
Time,
Yes,
and
yes,
5 o'clock Central. Yeah,
yes. And
six
and
o'clock
just to give a tip tomorrow, for those of you who are in the midst of all of that goings on, if you're able to walk, just take 10 steps the opposite direction of the picnic and get some sun, some grass, some trees, and some air and some clouds, and just think about what you heard tonight. And then walk back, because the answer to all of our anxiety, I mean, you can take Zoloft, but you can equally take some sun, some moon, some clouds, some trees, and some grass, and some air. It gives you the same feeling. And you just have to, the first step Michelle taught us in the first class, you have to believe that you can lose weight. So
Mhm.
as you take 10 steps the opposite way, if you have mobility issues, honey, get somebody to push you in your wheelchair, your walker, or in the chair, and just say to yourself, I believe. Even if you don't believe it right now, just act like you believe it. I believe that I can lose weight.
Yes,
And that's
yes.
something that we hope will hold you until Tuesday. But you can also look at Michelle's TED Talk. And you can email Michelle and get a copy of her book. She'll autograph it for you, or you can get it from Amazon. But I want you to hold on, because holidays
Hold on.
also bring out that anxiety because of our weight. We're going to be hot. What are we going to wear? All the stuff. And so
Mhm.
don't drink too much. Don't eat too much. But think about how you have been doing that and know that hope is here. Hope
It's
is
here.
here.
It's here. It's here. It's
That's
here.
it. Yes, this
It's
was
here.
awesome, Michelle. Thank you. I love your book. I love your TED Talk. I love your book, and I appreciate you. I will see you on Monday, and I will see you on
Okay.
Tuesday as well. And so, um, peace and hair grease. And thank y'all all for being with us tonight. And thank you, Michelle, for taking time out of your schedule to give us hope.
It's always a pleasure. It's
It
such a joy.
is. Okay,
Thank you,
see you
Deborah.
soon. Okay,
All right.
thanks, everybody. Bye bye.